Hello everybody, so today we are looking at another Fernando VOD. This is Diamond 2 and we are up against some pretty decent players. So there is a screenshot of the scoreboard in this, and oh my gosh, this is a slobber knocker, is the way I would put it. So I saw your Fernando VOD review for someone's Ice Mines game, and the concepts and ideas, that video is linked below by the way, and the concepts and ideas you presented were really helpful for my tank gameplay on that map. I died so many times this game though, I'd really appreciate some tips on how to break the chokes on Bazaar, how to deal with early aggression, and where exactly I should be playing as a point tank to best help my team secure the victory. Going point was not working. So that kind of makes sense looking at the recomp. They're probably going to send Torv pocketed something towards your backline, and that's going to suck. So let's see the build. There's Aegis, right? Yeah, okay. So why is this blue? Right away, this I think should be 4. That's just a personal thing. I think 4 is like enough. If you think it's necessary, sure. This should probably be a 1. I don't think that you really need it above a 1. I don't think that matters super hard. Plus, you should be getting kind of pocketed by the IO a little bit. This is weird to me. I'm not really sure why you have this. Because if you kind of like think about what you want to be doing, right? Like you're going to point. What does this do for you? Like yes, this is the card's effect, right? You are going to move 40% faster for 3 seconds after using charge this game. That's great. What does that do though? Why do you have this? And like we'll see if you get value out of it, but right away I'm like I don't know what this card does, because my thoughts is that you just up these, right? You take these and you just increase the values because I don't think you need this. You also don't have dire need in this build at all, so you need some DN in this build. Because that card, listen, just try it and you won't be able to play Fernando without it. I honestly, or at least Aegis. It is very useful. It lets you walk away from things, and that's very cool, especially into Anara, because she's going walls. Okay, less impactful then.
The battle has begun.
Haven okay. It's new. It's like literally the day after the patch comes out, so I'm not 100% on items yet. Mutu apparently thinks lethality. I was gonna say provision. I was about to flame Mutu, but okay, he's testing out lethality. I got you. Is he running the build too? Like there it is. Oh my god, he's zooming this game. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna start point, right? So you said awesome.
They got the first frag.
Starting off pretty good. Where's Mutu? Or no, sorry, did someone get backline? Okay, I did not see where for some reason I thought the Android was on the enemy team. Never mind. Ignore me. So we're pushing, cool. So like this is like you might be like looking to say, look, here's the running start value. But it's like you kind of already won the fight. Like if it helps you snowball, that's great. But it didn't help. It didn't do. I mean, to be fair, you didn't need to do anything to win the fight. So you know, it's like there. Did T transfer help you get out? Like T transfer 5/4? I don't think so, but maybe it did. I don't know. So if the enemy team is alive, because right now your Uriel's on point, right? Yeah, so you can see Uriel's already like a little, okay, this is spooky, the enemy team is getting close, so if it's close like this, I'd go point earlier, but that's not the end of the world. Oh, okay, that's like 3 people on you, please get out. I don't know why you're contesting this. Like, it's cool that you're contesting this, right? That's great, but I don't think, like, you... Okay, sorry, I don't think you contesting the Inara is super great, right? Because like just I know it's double wall on her, and that's like weird, right? But generally like here I drew lines before, right? With the Nando. Here, let's wait for BK. Grumpy nice to stop. So here, let's find a wall. So I drew like the strength, like there's so many ambient noises in this game. I hate it. I drew like power charts before, right? It was like let's draw this in like white or something. So it's like It's like power or strength or whatever, and then like time down here, right? And then we have Nando, blue team. Nando is kind of just like whatever he wants, right? He's gonna put shield up, he's gonna put shield down. He can do literally whatever he wants. He can make the line whatever he wants, right? Inara is very like she is literally like a block. Like this is Inara. She pops DR. She's strong for DR. She puts wall up. Okay, maybe she's not as strong as when she has DR up, right? But she puts DR up, very strong, puts wall up, and like the thing about Inara is that if you stack your cooldowns, you are the strongest character in the game, and then you die. So um, that's just a small thing, right? But like the point is that like again, it's like fighting into Barrack with shield because you mentioned the previous. Why is my alarm is going? I forgot to turn my alarm off. I woke up early and I forgot to turn my alarm off. Oh my god! Please turn off. Okay. Back to what I was saying. You don't reach this high of a peak. You're just kind of like laying. Oh, blue. Again, you're just like laying around here. So try to beat the Inara when she's weakest and just like ignore her when she's not. And if she messes up wall, then instead of this, you can just say no. Actually, you messed up your wall. Colors are hard. You say no. Actually, you messed up your wall. Then you can try to still beat. Why are colors hard? You'd still try to beat her if she messes up wall, because then she gets no value out of it. But basically, the point is right. I don't think you should be fighting into Inara when she has like DR up. If you're gonna go for the Grover, that's cool. But like, you were putting a lot of resources. Basically the point is you were taking a lot of resources, spending a lot of HP, taking a lot of healing to do something that I don't think was super valuable. Right? You're contesting point. You were shooting a DR to Inara. That's great. If you were taking a lot of resources and you were shooting their Grover, that's a different story, right? But you were like doing. You were trying to do stuff when it's like, well, you don't really do anything. It's like even right here. This is where running start gets value. If you save your fireball, you dash over. Like this Andrew's gonna hit a shot, right? Go back line. This is like again, Bazaar is like not really like Ice Mines because on Ice Mines you have like the off lane is sort of like right here, right? Like this is like Ice Mines, and then you have like the big stage area and the point. Right? This is Ice Mines. Bazaar is like weird though because this is high ground. You can't like get up here very easily unless you take stairs. That being said, they have no range. So what would happen normally is you just have a DPS posted up here, a DPS posted up here, and you'd be like, oh god, and then you'd just be holding shield, and like you wouldn't move from like back here the entire game unless your team pushed something. But they have no range, which means they do have to sort of drop. So again, doing stuff off point tends to be more valuable. Oh, 3 people. You are 1 people. So your team is kind of like getting farmed on the low ground, but like notice that no one has ever taken a high ground, and that means that like you can fight that if you want. You should just side plant. Yeah, don't even shield. Don't even shield.
Okay, real talk. Stop that.
Do you get retouch? Oh, hi. I don't know how you took like a bajillion damage, but that's okay. You're going for point touch. If you have dire need, that's pretty cool. Good ult. There's nothing you can do about that. You got touch, and like that's all you needed to do. I think your Gag had it, so maybe going for it not the play. But like you had the right idea. If you didn't have to go for touch, you just play life. Because I didn't see how you took that much damage. But again, highly recommend trying it. Dire need in your builds. So far, right? I haven't seen Heat Transfer 5 getting value over 4, but I mean, I think that's something that you should mess with it. I don't play Nando with Heat Transfer 5 enough, or ever, so that's up to you, but I recommend trying it. You haven't gotten any value out of Running Start that I've seen, and I think having more bulk would also be pretty cool. Yeah, your team is dead. You're probably dead too. Okay, this Torvald's a little bitch. Because I'm thinking if he walks up, he tries to silence you. You're in a bad spot. Okay, honestly, I feel like you are running these cards to try like move around fast, and like that's sort of like the impression that I'm getting, right? It's like you are using these cards to like try and move around fast. You don't necessarily need to. Dire Need does that, doesn't take cooldowns, and does it better, I think. Highly recommend trying it. I will shut up about Dire Need now. Nice dash. Cool. Okay, let's talk about Bazaar chokes, because they're really weird. So you have like the sort of obvious one, right, which is like here. You post up DPS, maybe you have your offlane over here, there's like some flanky nonsense, but they can't really do anything about that, so you kind of just like hold them at like the doors, right? It's kind of hard for them to get past this, and then no one really cares about over here. So this is kind of like the first choke, right? Most people kind of know about this, right? This is where you usually get a fight with cards like here. That's great. So if you're going to try to get a fight there, the important thing is that you don't lose this. Because if you lose this, then they can sort of redraw the battle lines, and we're past the choke now. So normally this would be like your off-tank job, right? Like Yag rolls over. Ideally your Saudi's kind of, I think she's respawning? Either that or she's in this mess with people here. Either way, your Saudi kind of ends up over here-ish, and you will end up contesting this area. Now this is really scary for you because they have a really good main tank player who will just wall you off, so you probably have to, in a I want to say like in a real game. In like a competitive environment, you'd wait for your offlane to go first, and then you'd sort of like, okay, there's, you know, I'm safe to like walk up. You could, in this game, make this rotation yourself and say, screw it, I'm the off tank now. Because having an off tank tends to be better than contesting point, but we'll see what your Yag does. The point that I would make though is that like, this is sort of the line that you want to hold. Ideally, if you can get control over these areas, that is what you want. Last choke is weirder. Don't get walled off, don't get walled off, don't... Yes, okay, you're No! No! Oh, Unbe, you beefed the wall, Why are you dashing in? Why are you dashing in? Sorry, okay, this is like the third time. This is like the third time you have, like, found yourself with shield up by yourself, like, basically by yourself. In front of 3 people. This needs to stop. This is going to get you killed early game very hard. Probably going to get you killed now. Yeah. Okay. That's just like an Inara thing, right? Like if that was a barrack, like fighting 3 people by yourself, not a great play, but you wouldn't have been as by yourself if it was just a barrack. That being said, that was an Inara. You can't do that against Inara, right? That is exactly what she's looking to try to do. Now you will also notice that your team is sort of like stuck back here, right? And like, why is your team stuck back here? Like, why is the battle line? Why is the line in the sand being drawn here? This kind of is weird, right? Their comp kind of wins that. They kind of win that because BK is going to do really well in these small rooms. Sonara is going to do really well in these small rooms. This is what their comp is going to do. So how do you break this, right? Because when it's like medium range, your comp definitely has an advantage. Short range, they win. Long range, it's probably arguable. Depends how long the range is, because Grover, like if it was a timber mill sort of thing, Grover has scaling. You know how Grover works. Point is, right, taking over, like this is where the offline is. So the fact that, one, your Yag is here is awful, right? This is not a good play by your Yag to just kind of mess around in mid, right? What is she doing? But you could take initiative, sort of. Not like initiative, like point initiative, but like, you know, literally take initiative and push offlane by yourself. It is very hard for them to dislodge you from this corner. And sort of push up first. Because now it's sort of like staggerable. You know, if you guys stagger, this goes in. And then obviously try not to be careful of the NR. But your team wins anyways. Good job, team. Rezol makes sense. I'm kind of surprised you didn't first start Rezol, actually, now looking at their comp.
Alright, they're getting hot,
If we're going to get really nitpicky there, you shouldn't have shot the Torvald. You should have given the kill to your DPS, because flanks get more credits from kills. And I'm a big fan of giving my DPS credits. Why is Unbe running Summit double wall and Ara on Bazaar? This man. Okay, so speaking about chokes again, right? Is this really where your team like wants to take a fight? Not really. Unbe's also going for some bullshit. He's coming up on ult, so uh-oh. See, I just like chokes wise. This is awful. Like this is why stacking is bad, right? This is why stacking is bad. Here comes a good player about to punish you guys. So, what you guys should do, right? Again, it's like, here's main, here's the offlane. So, your job really is to hold this sort of area. Again, Bazaar is weird. I don't like Bazaar. It's a not good map. Now is he coming? Okay, well you're just fighting things. Is he? Here comes oh my god, he's skating. Oh my god, Udvi, you. What is this man doing? So yeah, if you ever like find that your team is like suddenly low poked out and everyone's backing up, it's usually because you just fought past a choke. You're gonna get silenced. Okay, get out. Shoot the bombs off your Yag if you can. So here, this is another sort of situation where it's like, make sure the things that you're doing are valuable. Like, why are you fighting this Lex, right? What is he doing? Right? He's getting value because he's shooting you. But what if he's not shooting you? Does he do anything from here? Not really. So you don't need to be fighting him. Then last choke Bazaar. Okay, let's. I was gonna say let's look at your DPS's lines of sight, and then both your DPS are fighting a Torvald on the left side. That's really weird. The point that I was gonna make is that the biggest mistake that I see on Last Choke Bazaar is people not fighting in DPS like LOS. And if you've that's funny to some people who have been on certain teams with me before, because my team had a problem with this. But what you should be thinking of, right, is like, look at their Lux. Now the Lux is peeling, right? He's turning around. He's like, oh god, there are people here. I need help, right? But if this Lux wanted to shoot you, he could do it like from here, right? And I know there's like a bajillion things in the way, right? But like the important bit is that he can shoot you and not LOS of your DPS. So that's bad because he can just trade into you for free. You're doing a lot of things. You are shooting the enemy team a lot without actually like thinking of like why. Why are you shooting this? Why are you contesting this corner, right? Like, why are you right now? Why are you like here? Like, what is this? What does this position do? You're just trying to live right now, sure. Like, why are you contesting the card here? You know, is there a reason for it? Like, if there's a reason for it, great. If you're saying, okay, well, my DPS are going to the back line, I want to take their attention, I think that's a fine reason. I don't think it's a good reason anymore because they just backed up. I don't know what your DPS are doing. But like, why are you contesting the Lux and Tunnel? Why are you shooting an Anara with DR on point? If you have a good reason for these things, then keep doing them, right? But if you don't have a good reason, then, like, don't, you know? Because normally, basically, normally what you'd see, right, is... Yag is so loud, dude. What is the audio in this game? Is you'd fight the cart, like, here. This is the corner that you'd sort of hold, right? The reasoning is that that's really hard for them because here they can sort of just like shoot you, right? It's a bit more of the fight that they sort of want, but if they have to try and push you out of this spot to get the cart through, like this is the most open lane like in the game. You set up a DPS like over in, you know, this sort of spawn area, whatever. It gets really hard to break, right? So like you want to hold the cart there because it tends to be easier to hold, right? Like this is also very good. Like, why weren't you doing this before? Why did you care so much about stopping the cart? Again, if you have a reason, that's fine. But I'm saying like have a reason.
15 seconds.
Like, why are you pushing up here? What does this do? Right? Like, let's look at their actual LOS. They can only see you. So why are you fighting them? You are giving them value by peeking them. If you have a reason, if you're saying, well, maybe I don't have ult and I want to poke for ult charger, maybe I think I can get a kill, or maybe I want to distract them because my DPS are going around, or whatever. Like, you can have valid reasons for doing things. But that's a really weird thing to say. But I don't think, like, why? Why do this? And is this a small thing? Yes, but it just costs you 2,000 HP, right? Does the Grover get forced out? Sure, great, cool. Again, like, I don't know if you just need to be doing this. You're taking so much damage. Like, you could unironically, have just been... Okay, I don't... Why did I pull up the eraser tool? I know your Yag is stacking with you, and that sucks. But there's no reason that you can't just like literally play here and make their DPS push into the worst sightlines available. Because, oh my god, I cannot stress how nonsense this last choke is, right? Like, listen, we played the game. You know how it feels when there's like a sniper back here, and you're just like, well, okay, cool. Like, especially if you play main tank. Like, look at this man. This man is about to have a bad time. Look how rough this is. He's getting angled from here. How the hell are his DPS? How is this Yag gonna? How are they gonna get rid of this Yag? Right? He's getting flanked from this angle, right? Because his Torv is playing farther back than his Grover, right? Mutu is the only one who is trying to do anything, right? Like, listen, these players, like, listen, if you look at what good players are doing, there is a reason for it. Unbi is hugging this wall desperately for dear life because he knows that he's trying to angle your backline. Like, look at this IO, right? This IO does not have LOS. This is normally where your backline sort of plays, right? And Unbi is trying to use natural cover to try and dodge that stuff. Mutu, he's going around. Why is he going around? Because he's not trying to, like, fight into this nonsense bullshit choke, right? So he's going around. He's trying to take an off angle. So, basically, you need to abuse the bullshit in this game. Last choke Bazaar is a little bullshit. So, use it, you know? Don't push past it. Don't like, think about what you're doing. Also, worth pointing out is that because you are taking all these resources from your IO, right? Look at your Andro and your Saudi. Both of them are like half-ish. I guarantee if you take no damage, this Andro is full, and your Saudi maybe is also full. Now, your Andro's about to get BK ulted and absolutely dumpstered, right? So that probably doesn't matter, but... Okay, Mewtwo left. Alright, unlucky. But, you know, maybe the Andro can take the fight with the BK if he's full. It's like, you doing things, you getting healed, takes resources away from your team. That's not a bad thing. That's not inherently a bad thing. You taking resources is literally the job of the support. That is their job, is to give you resources. Just make sure you're doing good things with those resources.
Alright, they're getting hot. Enemy dub.
So, what you change there is you don't push past chokes, right? You don't take resources, you don't try to do things if you don't need to. You have a good reason for doing things. And also, in this particular game, your Yag is stacking with you super hard. So I'd try to, you know, take initiative, become the off-tank. And the off-tank would play, like, over here somewhere. Again, like, if you're here, if you're literally hugging this corner, how are they going to get past you? Let's say, right now... Let's just say, right, for sake of example. Let's say that your tanks play here and here. How do they get rid of this? Doesn't really matter who's where. Let's say Nando's here. Let's say Yag is on the right side. How do they get rid of this? Right? Okay, cool. We have a BK. Let's try to get our BK in here and fight this tank. Great, that's doable. Except, like that's maybe a way to do it. Except, well, all of a sudden this backline has LOS on this, and their backline probably doesn't. Right? They can use cover and stuff. Right? So that's hard. How do you get rid of this guy? Well, I mean, you can like try to send someone around here, but that can also get out poked by blue team DPS from over here. That's like kind of an even fight. And then maybe the tank here can sort of like drop down or use a shield. I don't know. Like it is very hard to get rid of this, right? You don't need to do anything, so don't try to do anything.
Capture point spawns in
Nimble.
15 seconds.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Dianute again, but I think it's a good card.
4, 3,
Start point again. Cool.
1.
I don't hate you going backline. That's like a Grover in the corner with the vine. I don't know if he could have killed that. But. Good alt. Do you just get... Like, that's a little silly. Good ult, though. Nice. So like you are going to take resources by doing that, right? But you just like forced out the support and got them all. Like that's fine. That's worth doing.
Alright, they getting hot, they getting hot.
You did have a chance to be walled off by an hour there again, by the way. I don't. This is tough, man. Maybe could have killed that Lux. Okay, we're gonna rewind. Okay. What is this? So we go backline. I think that's fine because your backline should be fine. Because it's just an Inara. You ult for that. Andrew dies to Torv. Oh, okay. So you're even now. You're fighting Inara. Yag ult misses. Yag is going to decide the best way to escape is through Jesus. Okay. Your Yag dies for that? No. Okay.
Alright, they getting hot, they getting hot.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure there's too much you could have done about that. I think you did a good job of ulting for the Yag. You did a good job of pressuring out their backline, or like going in. I don't think that's necessarily like on you. I don't think you sag it here, by the way. But you don't have to hold up shield rather. I don't think you made necessarily like a bad play. If you do want to like, if you do want to like go off point because going to point means your team is losing, that's like fine. I don't think that's a bad thing. I guarantee you, if you leave point, you start fighting off point, Unbe is gonna like wall himself up into your backline because he's not gonna take cap time, don't get walled off. Fighting the Grover. It's like, I'm not sure why you're this far up, to be honest. I feel like you do the same thing, just like hugging this corner. But we'll see how it works out. Okay, like, again, pretty sure you could just chill back here. You know? Ow. So again, like, why did you push up? If you have a good reason for it, you see, okay, their Grover's on point. I mean, listen, it sucks, but like Nando does no damage, right? Like, especially if the guy has a DR. Holy! Okay, yeah, no, you're never killing this guy. You're never getting that kill. If your DPS are pushing at the same time, maybe. Because your DPS should realistically push the supporters on point. I know it's... Oh, hi there! You shoot him, Okay, cool. Not really sure why you dashed in. You had the range, but that's fine. You are in. Good stuff. You can chase that. Go get him. Okay, well, we don't want to. Oh, that dash was risky. Dude, this should be nullified. Torv, why is he field study? Because like you could just get nulled out of that. So like now you might want to like shoot things, be aggressive, take resources. Hey, you know how I said like if Inara messes up while she's in trouble? I don't think this is a very good wall. I don't think it's a very good wall because I mean there's gaps in it. Also, you can just like step to the left and shoot her. Even if you just tickle her a little bit, it still puts her in caught, and I think that's worth. It's like again, we are fighting people on point. Why? Like why are we pushing so hard basically? Like you see an RBK. I don't know, I just think he plays slower than they have numbers is the point. Small thing, but not super relevant. Why did I bring it up? Cool. Use your weapon, I believe. Okay.
Enemy dove, look out!
I, I feel like you're getting chances to like kill things, but you're not taking them a lot of the time. And I know it's like Grover, and Grover is okay. Bye, Unbi. I don't know. Grover with full HP and full cooldowns is not a kill opportunity, but sometimes it's like that Lux you could have killed, that BK on the first you could have killed. Rejuve. Is that better this patch? I don't know. I mean, whatever. I like the idea that you got going on, right? Like you're trying to live, and that's good, right? I don't know what the best way to do that is this patch, so I'm not really gonna comment on it. Though. I'm probably gonna. Oh. I was gonna say yeah, you should probably ult for that, but your team is still up. I do think respawning to like low ground is a little weird, because again, like I'm just thinking about like what's gonna happen once we get to the first choke, because like you can't really hold around the point, because you know eventually someone will get through some way. It'll I don't know why. What is that arrow? But you know someone will like get through and it'll be awkward. So going here, like eventually you're just gonna go up the stairs, right? Either you're gonna go to point or you're gonna go to the stairs. I don't think you go to the point right now because you're trying to like, I mean, you're not even near the point, right? Why do you care about the point? You care about like getting through. So I think either you respawn to up here or up here. And I know range sucks. Like you always, if the range is like too much, you're getting poked out too much. So you always have the option to drop, but you don't really have the option to get back, right? I mean, you do, but it just takes a lot of time. So we respawn to mid. Personally, if I see like this many people in mid, I'm like, ooh, backline. Left side's open.
Alright, they're getting hot,
But your team kind of kills anything anyways. Everything anyways. So, your IO should have point. Where's your IO? I was on point. Cool. Okay. So this point, you have two options, right? Cart's rolling, and we're about to get to last choke. So you have two options, right? You can try to like hold them here, and just let cart roll, or you can try to like push up. I think holding here is fine, but if you are gonna hold here, I'd hold like closer. Make them like. Here's the thing, right? Like if you hold like, I don't want to say like hold right here, right? But like if you hold closer to doors, it gets really because then they have to like swing. They have to like wide peek to you, and then at that point, like your team is there. And so you like blow them at close range and have like this large shield thing that's pretty cool and can do damage. Shoot the bombs off your Andro. Okay, so if you're just gonna try to like play mid, that's fine. That's what the main tank does. You're not like throwing by doing this, right? But you are relying on your team if you're gonna play mid in a choke, and that's not great. I don't like relying on my team. I want to win the game myself. I want to make sure that we win the game. So pushing aside, like you can't really go left side because hey, look, the good players are holding left side. So fighting right side is good. You could also say, hey, wait a minute, these people are inting their brains out. You could just turn on them. But they do put. And this is what happens when you guys. Okay, so you guys did leave right side open. If you turn for that, maybe they die, maybe they don't. That's kind of not on you. Should realistically be your Yag there, but hey, your Yag has not been there, so. Oh, that's. Okay. I didn't see if you like went for. Oh my god, Unbi is skating. Let's go. Maybe that's why we play Summit and Iron on this map. I didn't see if you like tried to like sneak around for touch, because that's probably the only way you guys won that fight. But. Okay. So if you were to like change anything here, you starting point is fine. If you wanted to, you could try to like start high ground and match them. I don't think that'd be the end of the world. I think that'd probably work out pretty well for you guys because Torvald is just not going to do anything. If anyone had like an off tank this game, by the way, like not Torvald, if they had like a Con or an Ashe, that'd be pretty crazy. We're probably pointing out that you're getting incredibly outmaster riding, I think. Are you? No? Okay, you were just late. Never mind them. Don't be late. Fighting point, cool. Your Yag feeds, but Unbi summits himself into your backline and dies. Okay. Unlucky. Oh, we're walking forward. Oh, ow, ow, ow. I don't know, you had the right idea. Your team was up, you walk forward. I wouldn't... Okay. You're a bit far. Careful, careful, careful. Oh my, I'm just saying you're gonna get walled off somewhere. You have ult for that, you have ult for that, you have ult for that. Ult for your Yag! Ult for your Yag! Oh my god, dude. I'd be scared there. I don't know. I'm scared there. Listen, I am 100% willing to spend ults to get a kill. Because you should just win the fight after. Shoot the 1 HP Grover. Cool, leaving point. Your Isle should have now, or the Inara's on point. Who cares? You have dash. Yep, yep, yep. You're a running start value, maybe? Oh, he's so fast! Oh my god. Oh my god. Now you played that pretty decently though. Aside from not opening your Yag. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a wall. Do they have record yet? No. Okay, you could have ulted for that. I don't think you saw it. I think you were busy shooting this Grover who's invincible. Honestly, listen, I don't blame you for going for the support like that, but at some point, like listen, he's not dying. You know, you're banging your head against the wall a little bit. I like Torvald to mount. You are. I don't. Okay. I mean, you're walking forward. Nice. That's, you know, that happens. You're doing like a lot. Okay. Again, I feel like you're sort of walking forward without necessarily thinking of like what you're trying to do. Why are you doing this, right? Why are you walking forward? What is your team's goal here, right? And realistically, right, what you guys are trying to do is you're trying to like group up and shove aside, because that's kind of how you retake. You say like, okay, we're gonna send a lot of people. You want to go right? Sure. I think you want to go left because that kind of goes nicely into the offlane. Right side kind of just hits a wall. So I think you group up, you go left, and you push out this person, right? You say, I don't care who you are. We're gonna shove this out. We're gonna push. And unless they like, the only way that they stop you from pushing is if they like hyper stack, right? And then they kind of just like meet you guys and there's a fight. But if they stack, then someone gets to flank for free. So it felt to me like you kind of, I could be wrong, but it felt to me like you kind of just like went forward and started shooting the things in front of you. So I'm not sure about that, but either way, you were by yourself in a, it was weird. Poor Io. Like the peel. Is he gonna try to skate out? No. Forward because he's low. Okay. All right, that's an ult. Sure. Are you gonna get walled? Okay. I think that was greedy. I think that was like looked like a moment where it's like you turn around and you're like, where is my team? They're all 1 HP. What's going on? And like I don't blame you for that. But there's two things. One is that there was a Lux in your backline who just ulted and killed your Saudi, so your backline was a little preoccupied. And two, you're Fernando. You're Fernando. This character does no damage. Like, it's cool that you look for those plays, right? You've got the right idea. But if you're gonna make them, you can't make them that aggressively, I don't think. Like, you can push, you can be a little rat, right? I don't think you can just go for them. Like, whenever you go for these, like, this Lux is probably gonna go out. Like, you do no damage, right? So, like, you being there, you pushing, that's good, but, like, you need to 100% make sure your team is following up. And I don't think you go as hard. So cool. How are we gonna win this fight? What are we doing here? We're pushing it aside. Are we going to point? We're going to point. Awesome. Why are we going to point? What does this do?
8, 7, 6.
It's gonna force out Grover. Okay. They should just kill your team. is the thing here. Like, this is great. This is what overtime does, right? You're gonna have to touch.
3, 2,
They're just gonna kill your team.
Enemy dub.
Yeah. Okay.
Now or never, boy.
I think these people should not be turning. You had like a little bit of time to try and make a fight happen, but like this is why overtime sucks, right? It's because this is your only option. You are doing everything that you possibly can to try and win the team fight because, like, yeah, I don't know, that sucks. That's me too. That's main take in overtime at least. I think you had a little bit of time to try and make something happen on the sides.
All right.
Because like I mean, listen, like, we could just draw lines. Like if you do this, they can do like this sort of thing, and someone's getting a free flank, and it's a 5v4. Now I know that their Grover was on point, so they probably shouldn't have won that fight. They probably shouldn't have, but their Grover also shouldn't have been on point. So. Yeah, you didn't really have a choice there.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
But I definitely think that when you're trying to like get to cart, when you're trying to like break that hold on Bazaar, you just take high grounds or force somewhere. Ow. Okay, so like you're just like, oh god, what am I doing on point here? You're like you're running back and forth. If this listen, if this happens, one, you probably shouldn't be on point in the first place. Two, pick a side. It doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do it quickly. Either peel for your backline or go to their backline, because that's what's going to matter. Now, Unbe probably isn't going to kill anything, right? Your backline is playing from Narnia. He's getting a bit greedy with this. And your backline, your offline is right on top of them. This is looking really good, right? Did you guys get a kill? Oh, the Lux is going around. Okay, never mind. Maybe you do need to peel for your backline. So basically, like, look, this is the backline race, right? Okay, that's a really bad circle, but like it's a backline race. Choose one. Go somewhere, right? You can say I'm gonna go to point, and I'm gonna get cap time, but you're trading cap time for like probability to win the fight. So like going to point is like fine, right? Just there's an upside and a downside to everything. Upside is you get cap time. Downside is your team is less likely to win the team fight. If you want to like try and prevent this, you go to a side, right? Like you either try to stop this before it happens, right? So you go this way, and what you can do, if you're saying, well, he's going to go below me. Well, what do I do about that? Well, when you mount up, you can. When you mount here, you can free peek from this box. You can look below. They can't see you, but you can see them. And then you can decide where you want to go from there. If you see the Lux down there, maybe you go match him. Maybe you throw a fireball, try to get the dismount, try to waste his time. Maybe you go try to fight him so that your team won't. Like, listen, if you were here, right? Listen, Anara is not going to kill Saudi and Io by herself. Lux is not going to kill a Nando by himself. There is a very high chance this fight right here ends up in your guys' favor, right? Maybe not like, maybe it won't, maybe it will, who knows. You don't get to decide that. What you do get to decide, though, is like where you want to put your resources. Where do you want to be? In an ideal world, where do you want to be, right? Because I think I'd want to be in their backline. That's just me. I like going to backline, right? If you want to say, I'm going to match the Inara, so my team only has to deal with the Lux. If you want to say, I'm going to match the Lux, so my team only has to deal with an Inara, that's fine. If you want to say, I don't even care, I'm just going to play back here, and we're going to make this a 3v2, that is fine. If you want to say, I'm going to go back here, I'm going to make this a 3v2, that's fine. I think the best decision is backline, because I'm a big fan of killing backline. And the way you make that happen is, I mean, you stay on mount, you go to an offline, you don't go point. Or if you do go point, you stay mounted like behind the corner here, so that if they are going to fight you on point, then like they also have to be fighting you on point to like get dismounts, because if you're not dismounted, you can kind of just whoop. There you go. But you're not really going to do much from back here is the point. You could also, even if you're on point, you can still be having an impact in these fights, right? Like your Gag ult just got broken. What if you were on point and you hit your ult, right? You don't have to be literally next to people to, to have an impact. The heals did.
I'm gonna stop that guy.
You were staggering. I like the animations on the Grover, very clean. So yeah, make a decision on what you're gonna do. Just the wall, that's why you go to a side. You guys get touched, you do, your Saudi gets touched, be ready to ult for that, be ready to ult. Oh my god! Okay, so let's say this is your Saudi's HP. And you get to throw Nando ult somewhere. You threw Nando ult like this. If you throw Nando ult like over here, like listen, you being okay, the easier way to put this is that you being early with Nando ult means you get like 2 seconds less value out of it. Maybe, worst case scenario. You being late with Nando ult means she dies. The risk reward there is just not worth it. Just hit the button, even if you think you might waste it. I would also cancel ult as soon as you realize that you beefed it, because then you know, no reason to hold it. Same thing. You are on point. You are deciding, hey, I'm going to put my resources, I guess they have 93%, which kind of makes you have to touch. But, you know, overtime is a thing. You can sort of, if you want to leave point for like 2 seconds, you can. So, sort of not the same thing, right? Sort of not as obvious as the last fight, but this Lux is about to go around. And you're about to go to their backline. So you have a decision to make again, right? You have basically 3 decisions. This is main tank at its core, is these 3 decisions. You have their backline, you have point, and you have your backline. You can do one of 3 things. So if it's overtime, you are forced to choose this one, right? Because otherwise you lose. So you kind of have to. That's why overtime is good, because then the enemy team gets to, if you guys have overtime and the enemy team doesn't, then they get to put, like, you have to put resources, you have to put 1 person here, and like, let's say you have like 2 people here, 2 people here, and what they can do is they can do like, oh, we're gonna have 3 people here, and 2 people here, and then it's like, well, you know, this fight is even, this fight you guys are winning, this fight you guys are losing, this fight matters more because this gets them kills, this fight gives you point pressure, this fight gives you, this prevents kills, this gives you point pressure, this gets you kills. So it's like, what's your decision here? It's 93%. Overtime is pretty easily resettable on this map, and the point is pretty close, and they are pretty close anyways. So it's like, what do you want to do? You want to try to stay alive, obviously, because that's kind of forehead. Good Lex. Cool. Awesome. Works out. I don't know why you dashed over here, though. So if we are going to try and stay point, right, it's sort of like the same thing. I don't necessarily know why you're dashing and trying to do things. Honestly, I'd be like holding shield up, out trying to get out of caught as best as possible. It's like, oh, please heal me. Oh, holy fuck. Cool, you see an opportunity for a kill, you take it. I like the jumping. The Paladin's camera does not like the jumping. Anara's constructing a city. I like that you're keeping them in caught. And your Saudi kills things. Cool. If this Torvald is not getting flamed, I'm disappointed in Mutuanumbi, honestly. He's got a nice kill streak, though.
Defend the payload. Alright, they getting hot.
Your Saudi is doing work. If you pick up on that, by the way, then that helps you make that decision. Like, if you say, okay, my Saudi is pounding, my Saudi is carrying this game, and then your Saudi is getting flanked, maybe you choose peel for the Saudi over go backline.
Oh my.
Speaking of going backline, your Yag is fucking around on point. I'm the off tank now. Go help your Saudi. Go fight this. Because otherwise you're gonna lose it, right? Oh, your Yag rolls in. Okay, well, cool. Here, we have, once again, it is the decision. So, backline, point. They're not really in your backline, so I don't think you have to worry about it. So like, what's more valuable here, right? Is point pressure more valuable? Is threatening their backline more valuable? Or is protecting your backline valuable? I think going backline is good. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, by the way, because I think going backline is always good. I love going backline. I think it's great. Oh, this is. I don't. Why wouldn't you look? Dude, just hide around the corner and hope he doesn't notice you. Is he good? Did he DC or something? What's going on here? Oh no, here he comes. Bonk. So you know how like there was that last thing on like the defense about holding cover. Notice how safe BK is right now. Like, okay, that's kind of unlucky, but like he could shoot you from inside here and not have to worry about anything else. If you hide around this corner, if he does want to shoot you, then he has to walk out this door and hello enemy team backline. So that's why walls are good. You probably just go over there earlier.
Alright, they get hot,
Nothing dies solely. Oh god, I miss it when Nando did damage. I don't dislike the idea of you peeling for your guy, but you can honestly probably mark that down as Yag fed, go next pretty safely. So you're doing a little bit of the min-maxing the shield and the HP there, and that's great. But like the whole point of it is to like live, right? Obviously, make sure you have a cot for your heals, even when you are like min-maxing HP and shield. Like it's worth it to trade some shield, trade some shield to get out a cot, because that's like a net positive trade. Like if you waste 1,000 shield to get healed for 2,000, like that's numbers. So, has Last Stand over 1 helped you at all? Has Heat Transfer helped you at all? Has Running Start helped you at all? Just random build check. Make sure the cards are used are getting value. This is really aggressive. Your team's kind of down. Oh, your team is up. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, you're fine. You're living. You're vibing. I don't know how you're getting healed randomly for 200. Is that like
10, 9, 8,
IO tick? Like 1 IO tick with Reju 3 and
5,
immovable object?
4, 3, 2,
Does someone have touch? Because no, okay. I was about to say chase the Lex, but the downsides of having a touch point. Dude, this is why like this right here, this idiot right here is why I think off tank is like the legitimately easiest role in the game to carry on, because all you have to do is go to the off lane and you're better than like your masters. Like you're just masters. Like I swear to God, dude, it's just like go to the off lane. If the Yag is here, like the Yag rolls in, like plants, like I don't like here even. I don't even know if this is a good Yag spot. I don't know if you can. Okay, maybe you plant back here. Like you force these two to look at you, the BK probably looks at you. That takes so much pressure off the objective. You're not stacking tanks, and oh my god, no way, the Grover is half HP when he should even be up here and probably be like full or like 80% or whatever. Like just oh my god, just go off lane. It's the easiest thing in the world.
that enemy is unstoppable. Somebody do something.
And you can do that on Nando too if you notice that your Yag has touch. Now I wouldn't like assume that your Yag has touch because that will result in C9s, but you know, something to look for. Finished items, which is cool. If you do buy a lot of cheap items, you can like go into like a, let's say Veteran is better than Haven. I don't know if it is. I assume it is. If you notice that you're buying like a lot of cheap stuff, going into like a more expensive thing can be good. Get something to like spend credits on. Cool. I wouldn't go point. Okay, I would roll out mid, but I wouldn't go point. I would hide here. Because there's been like that last mid you kinda like had to make a decision. Right? So like imagine how broken Nando would be. Imagine okay, sorry, just like picture like a main tank. Picture Barrack, Anara, Yag. Or not a Yag, sorry. Can you see where I'm going with this? Imagine you have like Anara, right? And Anara gets to keep all of her current cooldowns, but they also give her Yag dash. Imagine how broken that would be. Imagine a Nara rolling up to your backline for free and just like popping a wall and popping DR or whatever. Imagine Nando literally curling up into a ball, somersaulting into your backline. Right? That'd be broken, right? That would be so good. It'd be a free way into your backline. You wouldn't take any HP or cooldowns. And do you see where I'm going with this? With this cool little horse thing that you have? Your mount is like really good. Your mount is so good. There's a reason that like Yag has dash, and that's because like dash is like your mount, right? If that makes any sort of sense. It's like if you stay here, you don't get dismounted. You get to choose between those three decisions so much easier. You say, I want to peel for my backline, cool, mount to your backline. You want to say, I want to stay on point, cool, then you can just dismount, go there. You want to go to their backline, and then you can mount to their backline. Getting dismounts is huge, and staying on mount is huge. But you're gonna dismount for free because you're gonna walk into like why do you want like cool. You're contesting their DPS. That's great. But like imagine. What if it didn't go here? What if it went like top left? Yeah, okay, well, cool. And then maybe, I mean, you could mount back here and try to peel if you wanted. If you wanted to go around, well, you could mount below, or you could mount through point, or what? Like you have options, right? Like it works out because they go bottom, right? But I'm saying like there's a world where it doesn't, and keeping on your staying on your mount helps that out. Do you need ult for that? Yeah, okay. So he's chain reaction BK, he's stacking bombs on your Yag. So even if your Yag is not super low, it's probably still worth... Oh my god. Don't! Oh my god, okay. Oh god, he does this express delivery of BK bombs into your Yag. Okay. So like the idea behind that play, the idea behind that play is cool, right? You're going to the backline, that's great. The execution, though, the ult was late. The ult could have been for Yag ult, which is a kill on the Torvald, I think, was the one that got ulted. And then at that point, like, the BK shouldn't be able to kill the Yag, right? Good idea. However, you are Fernando. So... So we're mounting, we're trying to get touch. See how broken this is? Imagine if you didn't have mount. So you have 4 seconds? 4 seconds before the game ends. If you get touch quickly and then leave, you have 9 seconds. You have time. You're fine. You don't need to be on point right now. You need to be on touch. You need to be on point soon. You need to get touch soon. Not right now. So you do not need to be using all your shield, all your HP to get touch immediately. You need to be careful of walls, but you should be fine. You can always just dash like that, yeah. So between 3 options, well, we have to be on point. Are you guys gonna C9? Please don't C9. Okay. We're living. I'd be very careful about leaving point like this against double Nara, but I don't know your cooldown super well. Trying to help best you can.
Okay, real talk. Time to stop that guy. Enemy dub. Look out.
That's tough. Oh, you want to work, camera? Come on. Why do you not want to? No? Okay, well, I guess we're watching this from third person. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was weird. So we go for touch now. Go for touch early. I don't know why you walk past, like, through this. Okay. So you probably just get touch here and then leave. Honestly. Because, like, look how much... You get Torvalded, and that's, like, that's pretty awkward, right? Like, what if you got walled? What if you got silenced out of it? What if, right? You can get a pick. You have to touch. I don't know if you do have to touch, honestly. I think your Yag has it. I think you could probably peel for your IO here. Like, look top right, yeah? I think Saudi peels, but I don't know. Does he get out? No, he doesn't. Okay, it's a Torv. Wait a minute. Okay. Your Yag is in the back line, you walk up. Your Andrew is also in the back line. This Grover is a freak. I don't think you have to be jumping here. I think you just play here if you want to really take part in the fight. So you also do have overtime. It's gonna be short,
Okay,
but
real talk, time to stop that guy. Enemy dub, look out!
I don't know, dude.
Y'all really just let them triple kill you?
I think your chance to really have an impact there was with the Yag ult. Because if you pull that off, like, you just win that fight, you know? If you pull it off, you just win. Or if you don't overextend or deliver bombs into your Yag, then you just win. Are we gonna get the black screen? No? Okay, cool. So yeah, builds. What do I have? Where is it?
Fernando.
This is what I like. Change it how you like. Like, what do you have? You had, if you want to keep, like, running start, like, go for it, I guess. I'd recommend trying out launch, honestly. This card scales better at lower levels than running start does. It's decent in, I have a Scorch build with it somewhere. Or I did. Maybe it's on an alt account. Or you can use it at 5, or use it at 5 and be funny. So, but yeah, so I think thinking about what you're actually achieving by, like, contesting certain things is good. I think making, like, different choices between the free options is good. And I think going offlane more. I listen, man. I like going offlane. What can I say? So yeah, notes will be below in a probably more coherent way. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.